Hola, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy B-Dog6171, and we're back. Today I'm going to be reacting to a book called Water for Elephants, the end of chapter 3. It's a kind of detailed strip club scene at the circus. So, hopefully it's good. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, leave a like and subscribe, and here we go. It has golden silver woven through it, and sparkles as she slides it back and forth across her shoulders. She drops forwardly suddenly at the waist, throws her head back, and shimmies. The men holler, 2 or 3 stand, shaking their fist in encouragement. I glance at Cecil, whose steely gaze tells me to watch them. The woman stands up, turns her back, and strides to the center of the stage. She passes the shawl between her legs, slowly grinding against it. Groans rise from the audience. She spins so she's facing us and continues sliding the shawl back and forth, pulling it so tight to the left of her vulva shows. Take it off, baby. Take it all off. The men are getting rowdier. More than half are on their feet. Cecil beckons me forward with one hand. I step closer to the rows of folding chairs. The shawl drops to the floor, and the woman turns her back once again. She shakes her hair so it ripples over her shoulder blades and raises her hands so they meet as the clasp of the brassiere. A cheer rises from the crowd. She pauses to look over her shoulder and winks, running the straps down her arms. Then she drops the bra onto the floor and spins around, clutching her breasts in her hand. A howl of protest rises from the men. "Aw, come on, sugar, show us what ya got." She shakes her hand. "Aw, come on, I spent 50 cents. She shakes her hand, blinking at the floor. Suddenly her eyes and mouth spring open, and she pulls away her hands away. Those majestic globes drop. They come to an abrupt stop before swinging gently, even though she's standing perfectly still. There's collective intake of breath, a moment of awed silence before the men whoop in delight. "Atta girl, Lord have mercy, hot damn." She caresses herself, lifting and kneading, rolling her nipples between her fingers. She stares down at the men, running her tongue across her upper lip. A drum roll begins. She grasps each hardened point firmly between thumb and forefinger, pulls one breast so that its nipple points at the ceiling. Its shape changes utterly as the weight redistributes. Then she drops it. It suddenly falls almost violently. She hangs onto the nipple and lifts the other in the same upward arc. She alternates, picking up speed, lifting, dropping, lifting, dropping. By the time the drum cuts out, the trombone kicks in. Her arms move so fast they're like a blur. Her flesh is pumping. The men holler, screaming their approval. "Oh yeah, gorgeous, baby, gorgeous. Praise the sweet Lord." Another drum roll begins. She leans forward at the waist, and those glorious tits swing, baby, swing. So heavy, so long. A foot long, at least, wider at the ends, as though each contains a grapefruit. She rolls her shoulders, first one and then the other, so her breasts move in opposite directions. As the speed increases, they swing in ever-widening circles, lengthening as they gain momentum. Before long, they're meeting in the center with an audible slap. So her breasts are slapping. She's swinging them so hard. Good gracious. Alright, back to the story. Jesus, there could be a riot in the tent, and I wouldn't know it. There's not a drop of blood left in my hand. The woman straightens up and then drops into her curtsy. When she stands, she scoops a breast up to her face and slides her tongue around its nipple. Then she slurps it into her mouth. She stands there shamelessly sucking her own tit as the men wave their hats, pump their fists, stand screaming like animals. She drops it, gives it the slick nipple a final tweak, and blows the man a kiss. She leans down long enough to retrieve her shawl and disappears, her arm raised so that the shawl trails behind her, a slimmering banner. "All right then, boys," says Cecil, clapping his hands and climbing to the stairs of the stage. "Let's have a big hand for our Barbara. What a legend." The men cheer and whistle, clapping with hands held high. "Yep, ain't she something? What a lady, and it's your lucky days, boys, because for tonight only she'll be accepting a limited number of gentlemen callers after the show. This is a real honor, fella. She's a gem, our Barbara, a real gem." The men crowd toward the exit, slapping each other on the back, already exchanging memories. "Did you see those titties? Man, what a rack. What I wouldn't give to play with those for a while. I'm glad nothing requires my intervention because I'm trying hard to maintain my composure. This is the first time I've seen a woman naked, and I don't think I'll ever be the same." For a second, I spend the next 40 minutes standing guard outside Barbara's dressing room tent, and she entertains gentlemen callers. Only 5 are prepared to part with the requirements, $2. And they form a surely line. The first goes in, and after 7 minutes of huffing and grunting, emerges again, struggling with his fly. He staggers off, and the next enters after the last of them leaves. Barbara appears in the doorway. She is nude except for an oriental silk dressing gown she hasn't bothered to tie. Her hair is mussed, her mouth smudged with lipstick. She holds a burning cigarette in one hand. "That's it, honey," she says, waving me away. There's a whiskey on her breath and her eyes. No freebies tonight. I return to the couch tent to stack chairs and help dismantle the stage while Cecil counts the money. At the end, I'm $1 richer and stiff all over. The big top still stands glowing like a ghostly coliseum and pulsing with the sound of the band. I stare at it, entranced by the sound of the audience reactions. They laugh, clap, and whistle. Sometimes there's a collective intake of breath or patter of nervous shrieks. I check my pocket watch. It's 9:45. Whew. What a story. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later. Goodbye.